Welcome back, dear friends, to another story on our channel. Here, we honor the invisible strength of family, the sacrifices we never see, the words spoken in silence, and the prayers that carry us through life. Today's story is titled, Mother's Prayer, the Love Whispered in Silence. It is about the kind of love that does not shout, does not demand recognition, but quietly surrounds us, protects us, and guides us, even when we don't realize it. Sophia grew up in a small town, in a modest home where money was scarce, but love was abundant. Her mother, Grace, was a quiet woman. She never raised her voice, never complained, but her presence filled the house like a steady flame in the dark. Grace's life was not easy. She worked 2 jobs, yet somehow always found time to tuck Sophia into bed with a kiss on the forehead. And every night, after the house fell silent, Grace would kneel by her bed and pray. Sophia often woke in the night to the sound of her mother's whispers. She didn't understand the words, only the rhythm, soft, steady, like the beating of a heart. As a child, she thought it strange. Why speak into the empty room when no one was there to listen? But Grace never explained, only smiled and said, "One day you'll understand." As Sophia grew older, life grew more complicated. She argued with her mother about curfews, about grades, about her friends. She accused her mother of being too strict, too protective. Grace never fought back harshly. She simply listened, sighed, and later that night, Sophia would still hear her whispering in prayer. The love was constant, even when words between them were sharp. When Sophia went to college in the city, she was eager to leave home behind. She wanted freedom, independence. She rarely called, often too busy with her own life. When she did visit, she noticed more lines on her mother's face, more gray in her hair. Yet every night, Grace still knelt to pray, whispering names, Sophia, keep her safe, keep her strong. Then came the storm. One winter, Sophia faced her hardest trial. Her scholarship was cut due to budget issues. Her job barely paid enough for rent, and she felt her dreams slipping away. Ashamed, she didn't tell her mother. She didn't want Grace to worry. But one night, overwhelmed and alone, Sophia whispered into the dark, "I can't do this anymore." The next morning, Grace called unexpectedly. Her voice was calm but urgent. "Sophia, are you all right? I couldn't sleep. I felt something." Tears filled Sophia's eyes. For the first time, she confessed everything. Grace didn't scold. She simply said, "Hold on, my child. I have been praying for you every night, and I believe those prayers are heard." A week later, Sophia received unexpected news. An anonymous donor had reinstated her scholarship. To this day, she never discovered who it was, but she always believed her mother's whispered prayers had reached further than she could imagine. Years passed. Sophia graduated, built a career, and became a mother herself. With every hardship, every sleepless night beside her baby's crib, she remembered her own mother's quiet devotion. She began to whisper prayers too, soft words spoken into the silence, carrying love that needed no witness. Years later, when Grace passed away, Sophia returned to her childhood home. In the quiet of her mother's room, she found a small, worn notebook by the bed. Inside were pages filled with Grace's handwriting, prayers, written for Sophia, for Noah, for family, for neighbors, even for strangers. Each page carried a piece of her mother's heart. Sophia pressed the book to her chest, tears streaming down her face. She realized the truth. Every step she had taken, Every success she had achieved was built not only on her own effort, but on the foundation of her mother's prayers. Life lesson. The story of a mother's prayer reminds us that love is not always loud. Sometimes it is whispered in the dark, unseen but powerful. We may take it for granted, unaware of the sacrifices and the quiet strength that carry us forward. If you are blessed with such love, pause and recognize it. Look for the quiet acts, the late-night prayers, the meals cooked after long days, the whispered words of hope you may never hear. And if you are a parent, remember, your love, spoken in silence, is never wasted. It becomes the shield, the guide, the invisible strength that shapes your child's future. Thank you, dear friends, for sharing this story with us. If it touched your heart, take a moment today to thank the ones who pray for you, who love you in silence, whose devotion may never be seen but is always felt. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more heartfelt family stories. And remember, love whispered in silence is often the loudest love of all.